All right, welcome. If you've ever felt that pit in your stomach right before an online teaching interview, that mix of excitement and pure nerves, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to take all that anxiety and turn it into a solid strategy, one that's going to help you absolutely nail that interview and land that online TEFL job you've been dreaming of.
Okay, let's get right into it. Here is our roadmap for today, our journey, if you will. We're going to cover the whole shebang, starting with the pre-interview checklist, then we'll talk about setting your digital stage. After that, how to really shine during the interview itself. And finally, we'll wrap up with the post-interview playbook that can really seal the deal.
So first up, the pre-interview checklist. I'm telling you, this is where you can win the job before you even log on. Seriously, great preparation is what takes a candidate from just good to we have to hire them.
So that brings up a really important question, right? What is the secret sauce? What do the top candidates do that sets them apart? Well, it's not just about what they say during the interview. It's all about the mission they go on before they even think about hitting that join meeting button.
And here it is, your three-step mission. Number 1, research the school. Really dig in. What are their values? What teaching style do they prefer? 2, know your student. Are you going to be teaching 5-year-olds from scratch, or are you helping business adults with their presentation skills? It makes a huge difference. And 3, prepare your stories. Brainstorm some real examples of when you did great and, even when you faced a challenge.
And you might be thinking, okay, but why does all this research matter so much? Well, here's why. It shows that you're not just spamming out applications for any job. It shows you want this job with this school. It shows you care, and that speaks volumes.
And all that prep work leads us perfectly into our next section, setting your digital stage. In an online interview, your background, your lighting, it all says something about you before you've even opened your mouth. Your little square on their screen, that's your stage.
Just think about the difference here. On one side, you've got a messy background, maybe some weird shadows. It's distracting, right? On the other, it's clean, professional, and clear. You want to eliminate anything that takes the focus off of you. And a little pro tip, if you're interviewing to teach kids, having a clean, simple background with maybe a couple of colorful educational posters, that's a huge win. It shows you're already in teacher mode.
Okay, about an hour before go time, you've got to do this final tech check. Test your internet, check your mic, can they hear you clearly? Make sure that webcam is at eye level. Trust me, it's a much better angle. And please close all those extra tabs and turn off your notifications. The last thing you want is a tech glitch to throw you off your game.
All right, now for the main event, the interview itself. This is where all that hard work you did preparing really pays off. It's your time to connect, to answer questions with real impact, and this is a big one in the TEFL world, to often deliver a fantastic demo lesson. This is your moment to shine.
You're going to get a question like this. I can almost guarantee it. It's what we call a behavioral question, and they're not looking for a vague answer. They want to hear a story about how you actually handle things. You need a formula, a technique, to make sure your answer lands perfectly.
And here is that magic formula. It's called the STAR method. Think of this as your secret weapon for interviews. It stands for situation, task, action, and result. Following this little structure makes your answers so clear, so concise, and just so much more powerful.
So let's see what that actually looks like. The situation and task? I had a young student who was totally checked out. The action? I grabbed some puppets and turned the lesson into a game. And the result? He was laughing and actually participating by the end. See? It's a perfect little story. It's specific, it's positive, and it proves you know what you're doing.
Awesome. You made it through the interview. But hold on. Don't just shut your laptop and forget about it. What you do after the interview is your last best chance to leave a great impression. And honestly, it can sometimes be the thing that pushes you over the finish line.
So here's a super simple timeline to follow. Within an hour or so, send a personalized thank you email. You want to do it while you're still fresh in their mind. Then, maybe 24 hours later, it can be a good idea to connect on a professional network. And hey, if a week goes by and you've heard nothing, a short, polite check-in email is totally fine.
And listen, that thank you note, it's not just about being polite, it is a strategic move. Try to reference something specific you talked about. Maybe you both had a good laugh over a particular teaching challenge. That little personal touch jogs their memory and really helps solidify that connection you built.
So, let's just quickly recap the whole thing. Your path to getting that job offer really rests on these 4 key pillars: doing your research mission beforehand, setting up a professional digital stage,
telling amazing stories using that STAR method, and following up like a pro. If you can master these 4 things, you are in such a good position to succeed.
So there you have it, the complete playbook from A to Z. You now have the strategy, you have the tools, you have everything you need to walk into that next TEFL interview feeling totally confident. Your next big adventure is just around the corner. The only question left is, are you